Ladies and gents, welcome to the live stream. Just making sure my audio levels are correct. They look okay. We'll just see how things go. Welcome, ladies and gents, to those who are watching live and to those who are joining on the YouTube video after the fact. We are going to be taking a flight today from Honolulu down to a place called Hilo International. And I'm doing this flight specifically to test the new update of the PMDG DC-6. There's just recently been an update, and they're endeavoring to try and get the Autopilot to work with navigation to hold a nav hold, which hasn't been working for quite a while now, unfortunately. So we're going to see if this works today. If not, then we'll just have a nice flight anyway. So here we are. We're going to be flying down to Hilo. It's about, just under 200 nautical miles. And it's early dawn. It's maybe an hour away from sunup here in Honolulu. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Let's get some pre-flight done. You can see the flight plan I've already got there, which is what I'll be referencing as I go. First things first, let's throw in a flight plan. PHNL to PHTO. PHNL will just return the alternate, and the departure time will be, let's say, 19, 20, 16, 17, let's say 1700 Zulu. That's 5 o'clock. Time en route. SimBrief should give us an hour and 3 minutes. And let's say we have an hour and 55 minutes of fuel on board. 10,000 feet today. And cruising, let's say that's about 180 knots, maybe 200 knots. Yeah. So the flight plan is going to be PHNL, HNL, LNY, up, ITO, PHTO. Flying vintage DC-6, no GPS. VOR to VOR navigation only. Okay, now I think that is, no, it's not L. VATSIM equipment suffix codes. Let's have a list of the equipment suffixes and see what's closest to us. Lima is RNAV capable, RVSM capable. G, VOR with DME. I think Alpha, actually. VOR with DME, not RVSM capable. I'm going to go Alpha. File flight plan. Let's just have a look. How are we doing? Okay. So. Right, so we have, in terms of ATC, we have ATIS, and we have approach. We have 2 approach controllers, so we'll see what that's about. Anyway, so let's get the HNL tower. We have tower online as well. That's cool. Okay. So we have done the before start checklist. So let's grab our IFR clearance. We are Hawaiian. Hawaiian 250. Let's grab ATIS. Victor. Information Victor. 10 statue mites fuel. 2994 is the altimeter. Runway 6 right. No, 8 right. 8 left. Okay. So let's go and have a look at what we've got here. Uh, 1810. Okay, let's just refresh. Not showing up. Let me just pull up VATSPY. The tower controller wasn't okay. No, that's not going to work anyway. Honolulu, okay. Honolulu Tower, good morning. Hawaiian 250, radio check.
Hawaiian 250, good morning. Honolulu Tower, 555.
Sweet.
American 85, proceed across 8 left on Juliet, hold short 8 right.
Crossing 08 left for American 85.
Honolulu Tower, Hawaiian 250, thanks for the radio check. Requesting IFR clearance as filed to Hilo. Information Victor, altimeter 29904. Aircraft type is a McDonnell Douglas DC-6.
Hawaiian 250, good morning, sir. Thank you for recording the ATIS, and I just want to confirm Slant Alpha is your equipment suffix.
That's a good question. I'm a VOR to VOR only, RNAV capable, ILS capable, but not any GPS, SIDS or stars. I believe I checked. Maybe Alpha wasn't the correct suffix. Maybe Lima?
The Lima could be. Just stand by, sir. I'm just going to double check that.
Thanks. Okay, that's helpful. I looked at the list. I thought Alpha was correct, but apparently not. Hey, Elsinore, good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. We're just in Hawaii. Got the new Hawaii scenery as well. Interesting, the tower controller isn't showing up on SimAware. Strange. Anyway. But east, there's two approach controllers. Oh no, they're both on the same frequency. That's weird.
Okay, line 250 looks like Slant Alpha is correct. Clearance is on request. Please stand by.
Okay, cool. 124.8. Let's put 124.8 in standby, ready for switching over when needed. So the outbound VOR is going to be, or the outbound radio is going to be 112.
Line 250 after departure, we're going to put you direct Lanai. That's Lima November Yankee, if that works for you.
After departure, direct Lima November Yankee. That works perfectly for us, thanks. Hawaiian 250.
Line 250, appreciate that, sir. And you are cleared to Hilo via Vector's direct Lanai, then as filed, maintain 5,000. And expect 1,000 minutes after departure. Departures this frequency, departures with approach 124.8, squawk 1073.
That is IFR clearance as filed. Vectors first, and then Director Lima November Yankee. Expect 5,000 feet. And 1,000 after after, what was it, I think about 10 minutes after departure. And then the approach is on 124.8, squawk 1073, Hawaiian 250.
Line 250, thank you, sir. Read back is correct. And push and start will be at your discretion. And you can expect 8 left for departure. Advise ready taxi.
Push and start at my discretion, and will advise when ready for taxi. 8 left. Thank you very much, Hawaiian 250.
You are welcome, sir.
Oh, sweet. He's a nice guy. Okay, so as the pre-dawn is creeping into the skies, we are going to get set up. It's 10:73 on the set, and we are going to be... That's off. That's standby. So we're on standby, and we just need to go... Let's go on, and then we will go out once we get to the hold, the threshold. Okay, so he said 8 left. So let's just have a look at my 8 left. Correct, that's an easy taxi out to 8 left. And let's see what else he's given me. 5,000, expect 5,000 feet, 124.8. And then expect 11,000. He said 1,000, which is 1,100. Tower, Hawaiian 250, just double checking, when you said 1,000, did you mean 1,100 feet or 11,000 feet?
1,000 is 11,000, sir.
Okay, thanks. Right, so he did mean 11,000 feet. So we will expect that, except that we put our... I mean, okay, Tower has just come online.
Tower, hello, UPS 1601 IFR to O'Hare. Information Alpha.
So we'll go up to 11,000.
UPS 1601, good morning, HCF approach, clearance on request, standby.
Okay, so we're pretty much ready to push and start whenever we want, at our discretion. So, ooh, that sun, look at that, it's beautiful. So, nice evening for some prop flying, or nice morning, shall I say, Bearded Toad, because this is the early morning in Hawaii right now. I really need to make myself learn Microsoft Flight Simulator so I can replace FSX when MS-24 comes out. Yeah, to be fair, listener, you might as well jump from FSX straight to 2024. So I wouldn't at this point I wouldn't invest in 2020. I would just wait until 2024. Don't get this. It would be a waste. At least I think it would be. Okay, so let's go pre-plan the pushback.
Maintain 5,000. Expect 310 minutes after departure. Departures is with approach 124.8, squawk 2650.
Clear to O'Hare, MiG-5 departure, take transition 5,000, 3110 after 24.8, 2650, UPS 1601.
Yes, 1601, thank you for that, sir. Readback is correct. Advise ready taxi, expect 8 right for departure.
Thanks for 8 right.
American 85, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait on the 8 right for American 85.
Okay, so we're just doing the pushback, and then we will do a startup. after pushback. Da, 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 da. And this whole stream is... Oh, apparently we don't have any wind right now. That's nice. This whole stream is going to be specifically to test the VOR radial tracking of the Gyropilot. The Autopilot system, classically with the DC-6, sadly has never been able to track a radial properly. It doesn't pick it up. The Gyropilot only works in its basic heading hold function. Which is really sad, and they've been trying to fix it, and it's only just, I think, yesterday or this morning that I saw the post about the update. So I did update the DC-6, so we're going to see if we can okay, so park brake on, and let's go for a... right, I need to just tweak my control options, because I currently have my key binding set up for dual engines, not quad engines, so I need to go dual engine right. This is the right. Yeah. And then this is the left.
85, sorry for the delay, sir. The winds of Honolulu.
Apply and save, go back, resume.
Right,
So,
150,
yeah,
runway
we
8
got
right, clear for
individual. Okay.
No problem.
So-
85, clear for takeoff.
Clear prop.
Turn
Ooh.
150 after departure.
That was a new noise.
Just affirmative,
Oh,
sir.
that was FS Realistic clear prop shout. Okay, so my flight engineer is starting up the engines for me, and I'm just watching the T's and P's. Free air temperatures up at 20 Celsius. It's nice and warm for November, but then it is Hawaii, so. Okay, engine number 1 is running a bit high on the RPMs. Okay, let's just let them. Let's let them warm up a bit while we get ready for taxi. Right now I have 2023 game process. Oh, so I'm not buying any aircraft for it, but the keybinds and muscle memory are conflicting. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so the after start checks are complete. We are going to be ready for taxi. So let's just pause track IR. I'm just going to tweak my engine noises, because I know they're going to get loud. So, tower, Hawaiian 250 is ready for taxi.
Flying 250, runway 8 left, taxi via Lima and Alpha.
Runway 8 left, taxi via Lima and Alpha, Hawaiian 250. Cool. So that
American 85, contact Honolulu Center now on 126.5
Lima.
as they switched over frequencies from approach to center, and have a good day, sir.
6.5 on the center. Thank you.
I see, he's given me Lima. Lima and Alpha, okay. So actually I need to cross over onto the third. So I'm actually going to grab some lights. Okay. Oh shoot. No, please. No! Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, why the crap? Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, what? Oh, for goodness Right, well, I'm going to reload. I'm going to reload, and I'm going to basically... Oh. Why do I put in all the effort to make this, to set this up and make this work, and then it goes and crashes? I don't know. I'm going to try this once more time, because I was only at the very beginning of the flight, so... I tried recording a video earlier today, and with a NVIDIA Shadow Play, for whatever reason, didn't work, and it corrupted my video file. Apparently it's working now, but well, it's not really working now. And I did a whole YouTube video, and after I'd finished it, I found out that the file was corrupted and lost it. So this is the second time today that I've tried to create some YouTube content, and this happens. So, yeah. Apparently it's still not easy to do YouTube content, even in Microsoft Flight Simulator. In P3D, back in the days of me using P3D, it was even worse, 10 times worse. Because P3D, the stability and everything was, yeah. Anyway, so let's just reload. And if this was a YouTube video I was pre-recording, I would of course cut all of this out, but sadly I can't. I really want to see if the DC-6 actually works this time. I'm still wanting to see this. Oh, why on earth did it have to crash? I don't know what it is that makes it crash, but yeah, so this is NVIDIA Shadow Play. Right, come on. So I'll log in, or I'll load up, and I'll literally hit vPilot on, and then I will explain to the controller that I'm pushing back right now, and I'm gonna continue that taxi. So. So annoying. If it crashes a second time, then I'm going to call it, and I'm going to call it a day. But that's just, I don't know why that happens. I mean, classically, Microsoft Flight Simulator has been super stable for me. I've had very, very few problems. I don't know, maybe it's the pushback plugin that I have, that pushback add-on. I don't know. Anyway, you could see that the sun, the dawn is just beginning now. So, where was it? It was Alpha. I think it was Alpha 19. There we go. Fly. Here we go. Let's just try and set up the aircraft really quickly. Get back to where we were. So I might cheat slightly and just skip a few little things here and there. Actually, I didn't set my weights and balances. It's 6,300 pounds. We're like 10,000 pounds overweight. We don't actually need all that weight.
Voice recorder. Tested. Oil coolers and cow flaps. Auto in position. Fuel and fluids. Checked.
We'll just go 7,000 pounds and
Set. Manifold and duct pressure. Checked. Radios.
there we go. Just throw some of that in there.
Doors and hatches.
And let's refile the flight plan. Now I need to be on towers 118.10.
Closed. Door warning lights. Out. Gear pins. Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles.
Honolulu Tower, this is Hawaii 250. Sorry, we had a crash to desktop there, so I've just restarted and I'm preparing to push back now.
Hawaiian 250, not a problem, sir. Just let me know when you're ready to taxi.
Okay. Actually, let's not use the pushback tool in case that may have been the issue. Let's just start up.
Clear prop.
on stand and then use reverse idle. Okay, let's go 1073. Let's go mode on. Engines coming on. Let's go gust lock off.
Ground gets control on red taxi.
GPS 1601, runway 8 right. Taxi via Charlie, Romeo Tango, Romeo, Juliet.
Charlie, Romeo, Tango, Romeo, and Juliet to Iraq.
Okay, chocks are off. We're just ready to roll on the
After start checks complete.
after start checks complete. Okay, so it's basically before takeoff checks. Let us let's just let's do a cheeky manual I guess we get to see more of the sunrise, so that's a pretty cool feature that the DC-6 can do that. Okay. And Hawaiian 250 ready for taxi.
Hawaiian 250, copy that. Runway 8 left, taxi via Lima and Alpha.
8 left via Lima and Alpha, thanks. Hawaiian 250. Right. Okay. Break off. And let's try to taxi to the runway. Okay, so Lima is this taxiway here. I have to reopen little nav map because little nav map now is no longer recognizing where I am. Okay, there we go. Right, let's just double check my outbound is 112. My VOR course needs to be 112. 112 set from 14.8. Set. Yeah, we're not getting any stutters at the moment. That's good. We'll just do our best. Oh, we're idling a little bit low there. Need to bring up the. We are pretty lightly loaded, actually. To be honest, this is a DC-6 Alpha, so this is a cargo variant. Okay, so we need to take our right-hand turn here. Yeah, the performance is really good. The sim is running really performance well for me at the moment.
UPS 1601, appreciate that. Letting us know, sir. The winds at Honolulu are calm after takeoff. Turn right, 150, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
You pick up it right, heading 150.
Oop. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. I need to focus on where I'm actually going here. Right. This is better. So let's run the before takeoff checklist.
Boost pumps on low.
So he's given me 8 left.
And crossfeed. Main tanks and crossfeed off. Autopilot and carb heat. Off and cold. Hydraulic system.
Okay, so the Fly Life Studio seems to be tracking me okay. Altitude, it's not giving me any ground knot speed. It's showing me 0 ground knot speed, so that's weird. But I did have to restart the sim, so yeah, 0 ground knot speed.
20. Windows and turbine.
I don't know. It's temperamental at best sometimes for me. So this scenery though is beautiful. I love the Hawaii scenery here. The
Hawaiian 250, runway 8 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 8 left, Hawaiian 250.
On.
I'm going to use the whole runway, so
Region locked. Set. Transponder. On. Landing lights. Extended and on. Before takeoff checks complete.
we also remember we need to be on
UPS 1601, contact Honolulu Center now, 126.5. Have a great rest of the day, sir. Aloha.
center is 126.5.
You're welcome.
Ah, beautiful. Look, it's going to be a beautiful sunrise takeoff. Right over the numbers. Take a screenshot of that.
Flying 250, winds at Honolulu are calm. After takeoff, turn right 120, runway 8 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, runway 8 left. After departure, turn heading 120, Hawaiian 250. Okay, engine's coming up. Stabilize at 30 manifold.
30 inches, stabilized. Cal flaps. Cal flaps. Cal flaps set. Full power, please.
So he wants me at 120 after departure. Full power.
Full power set.
Brakes off. Rolling. Airspeed alive. $80 knots. 100 knots. Wheels off. Positive rate, gear up.
Positive rate, gear up. Gear selected up.
Wow. What a beauty. Wow.
Veto power. Setting veto power, 48 inches, 2600 RPM. Veto power set. 9 power. Setting 9 power.
Okay. Heading 120.
Flying 250, contact Honolulu Center now on 126.5. Thank you very much for your traffic this morning, sir. You have a great rest of the day. Aloha.
Over to 126.5 for Hawaiian 250, and same to you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir, and you're very welcome.
What a nice guy. Aloha radar, good morning. Hawaiian 250 with you, climbing through 3,000 feet, heading 120, just departed from Honolulu. Oh. Honolulu radar. Oh.
250 radio check. Global 837, you're leaving my airspace to the northeast. Oakland Oceanic is currently offline. Squawk 2000 and frequency change through to you.
Hawaiian radar, good afternoon, or correction, good morning. Hawaiian 250 with you, climbing through 5,500 feet, heading 120.
Hawaiian 250, HCF Center Roger, radar contact, climb and maintain 1000. Understand you are directly on at this point.
I can take that radial now. Radial 112 inbound to Lima November Yankee, Hawaiian 250.
Roger.
Okay. He's given me 11,000, and there's that radial inbound. So let's moment of truth. Let's go localizer and see what happens. And let's see if it tracks that radial. It's not tracking that radial. It's not engaging. It's not. I don't see anything moving or it being adjusted. This really pisses me off. Come on. Goodness sake. Right, I have to fly it manually. I'm not doing anything wrong. Okay, 1770. Let's go 1770. Right, localizer. Nope, nothing changes. I'll just have to make small adjustments myself. Yeah. That's really, really annoying. Absolutely nothing happens when you go to the localizer function. It doesn't track or attempt to track anything at all. Yeah, that's pretty crap. Okay, coming up to 11,000. Let's just flatten that ascent. And altitude hold on. Thankfully we at least have altitude hold on.
Set cruise power, please. Setting cruise power.
Okay, so we're inbound Lima November Yankee at 1770. which is on nav 1. You can see that the VOR is being tracked. You can see the radial we have, which is 112. You can see the inbound DME, which is 37.7. You can see it's all working, so it's all working correctly. The only thing that's not working is when you go from gyropilot to localizer, so that it actually holds the radial. Nothing seems to be working. Which just makes no sense to me that somehow, yeah, we're still above freezing, which is amazing. 11,000 feet. It's a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Beautiful scenery, beautiful everything, except the fact that it just doesn't want to work. We're actually cruising at 143. That's... So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything wrong. This is how I've always flown, and maybe I have a mod installed that conflicts with the PMDG DC-6. I don't know. I don't think so. That should be on Flash. Maybe if I was to put on the... Maybe if I was to do that... Ah! Look! Look, it works now! Look at that. Yep, it's working now, but that's because I've got a GPS. Why doesn't it work without the GPS? I don't want this GPS here. I've never had the GPS. I've never used the GPS for this.
London requesting touch can go Papa Hotel Delta Hotel.
I've always had that turned off.
Alonzo Roger, Dillingham Field is under control. VFRD's in your description, advise airborne or on road.
Roger, Wilco.
So here is my question. If it's now working, clearly, it's now tracking and holding that radial inbound to Lima November Yankee. What happens if I now go back to no GNS? Does it all of a sudden just switch itself off? And stop tracking? That's my question. So, in order to test this hypothesis, I think what I'm going to try and do is the next... Let's go nav range ring. Okay. The next VOR is 112.3. So what am I locked onto? No, I'm going outbound 1480. I'm going outbound 1480. I need to be going inbound 1770. Yeah. But the next one is 12.3, so (12.3) set. So if we go back to Autopilot, and then we turn that off, disabled. Right. So we have 12.3 now in standby. Let's put that into active, 12.3. We can, yep, we're tracking the radial. We can see it's supposed to be a heading of 108. Right? So now, let's go localizer. Yes! Now it's working. Look at that. Wow. So it wasn't working before, and until I turned on the Asobo GNS 430, locked up a radial, made it work, and then went back to the PMDG Bendix radios with no GPS. Now it's all of a sudden working without the use of the Asobo. So it's almost as if I needed to activate or recognize it being there, and then to go back to the PMDG old school radios, which is really weird. It doesn't make sense, but if it works, it works. There you go. So it's this is not me. This is on localizer now. This is tracking the radial. This is fine tuning its tracking of the radial. So that's good. There's a Southwest 737 up at, what altitude is he? 26,000 feet, coming along my path. So this is kind of weird. I need to do more testing. I need to do more testing of this with other DC-6 flights. Now I've managed to make it work, because for months and months and months I would fly the DC-6 and it just would never work. So now that it actually, this is the first time in a while I've actually managed to make this work, just by bringing that modern GPS into the aircraft, loading up a frequency. It seemed to work then. Then I disable that and go back to the non-GPS cockpit setup, and then it all of a sudden works. So it's weird. Has he stopped contrailing? I think he's just stopped contrailing. He's in the descent. Am I right there? No, he's still at 26,000 feet. So I don't know why he stopped contrailing. He's just started to descend now. He's Southwest 616. Yeah, you can see the top of descent actually right there. I can see the nav lights and the strobes now. .126.5, so we should still be on 126.5. Well, that's because I'd messed around on the original. I'm back on 126.5 now. If the controller had wanted me, he would have called me. He would have prompted me in VPilot if he had wanted to. If I wasn't. Okay, we've got different ATISes and stuff. Okay. So.
Hawaiian 250, you can expect the ILS runway 26 approach at Kilo. Don't currently have any,
He's pretty quiet.
Up or down. Right now they're showing the wind 240 at 7, altimeter 29er.
Okay. I'm amazed. I'm really amazed. That's
Alonso Airborne, passing 2000, requesting touch and go at Papa Hotel Juliet Romeo.
I'm amazed that that's what it was.
Alonso Airborne, climbing 2500, requesting touch and go, Papa Hotel Juliet Romeo.
Alonso, roger, contact Honolulu Tower 118.1.
1181, Alonso.
How is everyone in chat going? How's everyone doing? We okay? Live stream seems to be going okay. Yeah. I'm glad I've managed to get this work. If it means that
Southwest 616, pilot discussion, descend and maintain 6,000.
If it means that I have to open up that modern GPS at the beginning of every flight, tune up a VOR radial, flick a couple of switches, then turn it off, just so that the entire rest of my flight it works, I'm happy to do that. But I wonder if simply because I've done it once.
Hawaiian 250 after Upulu Point, fly heading of 100 vector for the ILS runway 26 approach helo.
After uniform Papa, turn left heading 100 to get ready for the ILS for helo. Hawaiian 250. So he's got control of me. He's okay. So basically, in 54.3 nautical miles, we take a left-hand turn to heading 100. Going well here. Good. Are there any Microsoft Flight Simulator add-ons coming out in the future that people are interested in? For me personally, I'm interested in the Just Flight Fokker 70 and Fokker 100, which is the modernized versions of the F-28, and I love the F-28, just love it.
616, descend and maintain 3,000.
Weirdly, here's another one for me that doesn't, you know, is actually the Latin VFR Airbus A340-300. I am actually very interested in that. 4-engine, underpowered, long-haul aircraft. I think that would be quite interesting. So my interest in that has peaked. I'm really looking forward to the Fenix A320 IAE engine update that should be coming soon, so I can fly realistic Airbus, British Airways Speedbird Airbus ops with the Fenix. Apart from that, it's just, we need more vintage airliners in the sim. We need an A2A Connie, we need an A2A Stratocruiser, we need the VC-10 needs to come in. We could do with the Bristol Britannia, we could do with the Boeing 707, we could do with the Lockheed TriStar. You know, there's actually still quite a lot of vintage things that just haven't been touched in the MSFS 2020 and 2024 ultimately space. You know, that it just hasn't been done yet, and I just really, that is what I'm yearning for. Those are the aircraft. And you know, the Comet, why hasn't anyone touched the Comet 4 yet? I mean, one of the most historic vintage airliners in history. No one has ever done a Comet since FSX. Literally like 10 years. No one in a decade has touched that. Really sad. The keyboard layout for FS 2020 is very bad. Don't know why they didn't just keep the old keybinds, which I still remember since I was 14 years old. The keyboard layout for FS 2020, surely it's completely customizable, Rent-A-Cow. Surely you can completely customize it so it's exactly the same as you remember back in P3D or FSX. I'm not sure what you mean there by... I was under the impression that you can go into the settings and completely customize what every single key does.
Southwest 616, depart Alana, heading of 290, vector the final approach course. Maintain 1,000.
It's weird to me if you weren't able to completely customize every keybind. But there we go. So we've got apparently 25 minutes of flight time left on the flight. I'm looking forward to testing the ILS capture now that I've managed to get this working. I'm looking forward to a proper ILS capture again after so long of not doing it with a DC-6. .3 nautical miles left to run. Let's just do a fuel check. 1,300 pounds in each tank. Those are... Yeah, these are the mains, these are the aux tanks. So all the aux tanks are empty. And we've got, yeah, just under 1,500 pounds in each tank. If de Havilland had only gone with round window on the Mark 1 Comet, jet history would be so different. You know, Alisanor, that is the sacred truth. You preach the sacred truth there. If de Havilland had got it right first time, things would be so different, because by the time they brought out the Comet 4, which was great, Boeck used the Comet 4 for a long time, but because they were the ones that had to die on the fence so that every other aircraft manufacturer learned from their mistakes. So sad. The British era.
Charter 15 HDF Center, Roger. The position runway 2 taxi via Echo Alpha Charlie.
British aerospace technology was cutting edge. It was absolutely cutting edge for its time. Post-war, we were one of the leaders, and we literally rolled it up, and we scrunched it together, and we threw it away. It's really sad. And then we partnered up with the French in the 60s, and we made an aircraft that was absolutely jaw-droppingly phenomenal in every conceivable way. It was just an MD-11 that some McDonnell Douglas aircraft had a piece fall off on the runway in front of the Concorde that really finally brought it to its knees. It would probably still be flying today. Well, that's debatable with the price of jet fuel, but Yeah, probably not still running today, but still, it would have been running a lot longer. You're completely right. If they had got the round windows instead of the square windows first time round, the Comet 4 would have been flying for 10, 15 years, 20 years, you know. But such is the way of things, really. I mean, this is why Boeing is where they are today, and Airbus. Only the strongest prevail, and that's capitalism, really. Sadly, the VC-10, the Vickers VC-10, phenomenal aircraft. Had the most advanced autopilot system in the world when it launched, and it was actually so advanced that the pilots didn't want to use it. The pilots didn't have the faith in the autopilot system because it was so technical and advanced. They were scared of it, so they actually, on most approaches in the VC-10, pilots actually disengaged the autopilot and flew it manually. Isn't that crazy? That's how good it was. It could fly to the hottest, highest strips in the world with short runways for short landings and takeoffs, and it was a long haul aircraft. It flew from Heathrow down to Johannesburg, you know, non-stop, you know, 43,000 feet.
Southwest 616, turn
amazing.
Right at 310.
It needs to be in this sim platform. Sadly it's not, but yeah. I'm so passionate about those years of aviation history and seeing them in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
HCF Center, Skycharter 15 holding short runway 2.
Skycharter 15, HCF Center, roger. Kahului, runway 2. Turn
Anyway.
left, hitting a 360. Climb and maintain flight level 280. Clear
So.
for takeoff.
Roger, heading 360, climbing to flight level 280, cleared for takeoff, runway 2, Skycharter 15.
Okay, so we're coming in runway 26. Let's just pull up the charts for the approach runway ILS 26. ILS or localizer 26. Here we have 259, 110. Let's just write these down. So this is 1110.7. Heading is 259. Approach alt is 2,700 feet. Okay, that's what we need, and we are 18 nautical miles to our turn.
Skycharter 15, HCF Center, radar contact, altitude indicates 1,900 climbing.
I'm so glad I've managed to make that. So glad I managed to make.
616, turn right, heading is 010, 6 miles from Pearly, maintain 1,500 till establish on the localizer, cleared ILS Zulu, runway 4 right approach, Honolulu.
Right 010, maintain 1,500, establish on the localizer, ILS Zulu, white or black.
Skycharter 15, turn left heading at 290. If it works for you, I can give you direct Napua instead of doing the VORs. Just let me know what you want to do.
We could do the direct Skycharter 15.
Skycharter 15, roger. Leaving 7,000, proceed direct Napua, maintain flight level 280.
Roger, leaving 7,000 direct Napua and climb maintain flight level 280, Skycharter 15.
Okay, 12 nautical miles.
Southwest 616, contact tower 118.1.
So 3 minutes to the VOR. And we want to turn left to 100, which is there. So we're literally turning left by about 9 to 10 degrees left. So we will go back to the gyro pilot for this. I often wonder if jets hadn't become a thing, what would piston engine airliners look like today? Well, you would have had, effectively, the equivalent of a Dash 8 Q400. If you think about the cutting edge of turboprop propulsion is, let's say, the Dash 8, you would have had an airliner that had engines like the Dash 8, maybe. Or you would have had something like, well, actually, Elsinore, just go and research the Bristol Britannia. The Bristol Britannia 314 is essentially a 4-engine turboprop airliner with like a ridiculous range. It had a ridiculous range to it, and it was the Bristol Aerospace Company's answer to a turboprop powered airliner with it. Just before the jet age. Boeing flew them just before they got the 707s. Fascinating. I would love to have a Bristol Britannia in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. But okay, 2.6, 2.5 nautical miles. So let's go to gyro pilot now, and let's just tweak the aircraft, and let's just watch this heading hold. There we go. Bang on. Almost bang on. Actually, yes, bang on. 100. So we're now heading 100. And we could begin descending fairly soon. So let's go and set up for the ILS, which is 110.7. And the localizer we said was 256. Set. Oh no, 259. Sorry, 259 set, and we need to descend to 2,700 feet. Excuse me.
Hawaiian 250, pilot's discretion, descend and maintain 8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000, Hawaiian 250, thank you. Okay, we're going to begin the descent. You see that dashboard vibration when the when the power setting changes, the airframe shudders slightly. That is courtesy of FS Realistic, which is an amazing application. I love it. Okay, let's just pull up the METAR for our destination, and we'll pull up the altimeter, whatever. Okay, it is 2999. Oh, and why is this in millibar all of a second? Brilliant.
250, fly heading of 090.
090 Hawaiian 250. Just let the ship settle now on that new course. We could do with a tiny tweak to the left. Little bit more. There we go. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So the VFR conditions at Hilo, 20 Celsius. Sky conditions are clear. 7 knots of wind from 240. So it's slightly left-hand crosswind. Visibility is 10 statute miles. Ceiling none. And altimeter is 29909. But we need that in QNH because oh, come on, I just need a converter. I can't. I'm just going to press the I'm going to press the button, the B button, which automatically calibrates. Yes, the Britannia would be great. A Saunders Row Princess or even the larger, never built larger ones, yeah. Hey Peter, hey Aqua Vital, good to see you. Murdoch, all I'm asking the dev gods for these days is the A2A B377 in MSFS. Murdoch, I feel you, and I am with you, 110%. I don't, you know what? Of anything that A2A could ever bring in to this platform, the 377 is at the top of my list. 100%. 100%. The Constellation is second place for me. The 377 is my ultimate. I mean, if they bring in, if they branch off and do something new that they've never done before, I hope it would be the Bristol Britannia, because that's kind of in the same ballpark as the Connie and the Stratocruiser. L1649, I don't know, I don't think they would ever do. I think A2A are well known for producing the original definitive version of a line of aircraft. So with the Connie, they didn't go and do the Super Connie, they did the original version of the Connie. You know, the C-172, they didn't go and do a glass cockpit version of the C-172, they went and they did the steam gauge version, you know. They have a vintage essence to them. I'm sorry, I've just descended through 8,000 feet, and I shouldn't have. He only cleared me down to 8,000 feet. 50, apologies, I just went through 8,000 feet, so I'm leveling at 7,500.
Hawaiian 250, okay, thank you. I'm impressed that you're flying that good old girl.
Yeah, I'm just testing the update to the ILS and the radio navigation, the radials tracking. Apparently, I've managed to get it to work, so I'm looking forward to the ILS approach. Yeah, the Red Wings rendition is a...
Well, if anything, luckily the sky is clear at Hilo, so if you have to shoot the visual, that works too.
Sounds good. Yeah, the Red Wings rendition is a total letdown. I completely agree. I have it. The reason I've never featured it on this channel is the performance is crap. I get half the FPS in that thing than I do with this or anything else. And the way it's designed, the textures aren't very good. The modeling's, I guess it's okay, but it's subpar to really good work. And it's got the tablet they've got. I have to say, the user interface, the way you interact with the automated systems is not easy. It's not easy. It's not good. I wish I could get my money back, to be honest. But I suppose, you know, that was a big shame to me, that because the Super Connie, actually BOIC did charter out, or it did actually lease, I think it was a wet lease of 2 L1049 Super Connies, and they had liveries for them, like BOIC liveries for them as well, with the tip tanks and everything. So they did use that version, only 2 of them. So I'd love to get a livery for that, but oh no, okay, there we go. But ultimately, it's really not a well coded. It's not a well coded add-on. It's not streamlined. The FPS and performance is bad. It's not. The performance is not good at all. I wouldn't get it if anyone asked me for it about it. I wouldn't get it. Waste of money. Get the DC-6. Get the PMDG DC-6. And unfortunately, that is the only. I mean, it's fortunate that we have it, but it's amazing actually. The PMDG DC-6 was one of the first add-ons released for this platform. PMDG came out with this within months of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 actually releasing, and it is to this day still one of the highest quality vintage add-ons for this sim, period. Despite this issue with the autopilot not working correctly.
Hawaiian 250, pilot's discretion, descend and maintain 1,800, fly heading of 120.
Descend and maintain 1,800 and fly heading 120. In fact, we will go to we'll level at 2,700, as that's the initial altitude for the end of the ILS for Hawaiian 250.
Hawaiian 250, okay.
Okay, let's go down again, and let's turn left, turn right, heading 120.
Yeah, I was Hawaiian 250. I was taking you down to 1,800 since the ILS only goes, according to the plate, only extends out to Waikik. But I can have you go down to 2,000, maintain 2,700, and I'll just give you a turn on outside of CCOP.
Okay, thanks. Down to and maintain 2,700 feet for Hawaiian 250. He's giving me good vectors, this guy. Okay, there's 120 set. Let's see if we can get down in time for dinner. I can smell the dinner. Dinner is at 6 in 20 minutes. And Volanta is telling me I've got 5 minutes to touchdown, so we should be able to make it. You know what? Despite the crash earlier in the stream, I am enjoying this. This has been a really fun stream. It's really casual, and when you've not got much aircraft on the network, and the controller is happy to give you good coverage and good vectors, it makes for a really nice casual stream. So I'm enjoying it. Let's just continue to descend a bit quicker here. Excuse me. Yeah, we really need to descend. We're coming down through 6,500, and we've got 17 nautical miles, which means that yeah, we'll make it. But it's we can't dilly-dally up at this altitude. We need to keep the nose pointed down. Oh, I see. FlyLive Studio has given us an ETA now. Okay, and an altitude. But it says the vertical speed is -2 feet per minute, but it's definitely more than -2 feet per minute. So it's kind of working, but kind of not working at the same time. Yeah, there's 0 ground speed as well, which is a bit weird. Ground speed's 216. So. Okay, so our airport is, our airfield, actually you can see the blinking light just there. The airfield is just there, so we're going to fly outbound this way and then come in, turn to the right for the landing. So coming down through 5,000 feet, we've got about 2,000 feet left to go, roughly. So we'll level at 2,700 and then decel, because we're above 200 knots, which is definitely not our approach speed. Our approach speed is going to be about 120 to 100 knots, in fact. We are lightly loaded, so yeah, we've only got about 1,000 pounds in each tank now, and we're pretty lightly loaded. So yeah, gross weight's only 60,000 pounds, and our max gross weight's 107,000 pounds. So we're gonna have a slow approach speed. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Coming down through 4,600, 4,500. I need the bathroom, but I think we should be able to get on the ground before I need to go. So. Coming down through 4,000 now. The glide has just started to come in, you can see that. And we're going to go from the localizer over to the approach mode once we attack that localizer. Oh, I do actually need the bathroom. Okay, so there's the glide coming in.
Hawaiian 250, turn left heading 100.
Turn left heading 100, Hawaiian 250. That's 11 and that's 10. Yeah, he's giving me much further than I think I need, but you know, at least that's. So we're below the glide now, coming down through 3,000. Let's just arrest that descent rate slightly. Ready, ready, ready. Hold altitude. Okay, so we're holding now. We're going to start decelerating. Oh, I could turn. Come on. Come on. Give me a south turn. 165, that's what I need. Actually, for Hawaiian 250, I need to go AFK for a couple of minutes here, I'm afraid. Can I just get a vector straight east, and then as soon as I'm back, I will pull back in for the ILS.
Hawaiian 250, yeah, go ahead and fly heading as 080. That'll keep you north at the final, and then just when you're back, let me know. We'll turn you back.
Copy, thanks. You've just got to go when you got to go. Hawaiian 250 is back at the keyboard. Hawaiian 250 is back. Oh, okay. Oh, he has to leave. Okay. He's left. Okay, he's left. Right, let's just do our own thing. Okay, it's fine. Okay. That'll do to bring us onto the ILS. Actually, slightly too far, but that's okay. Let's go flaps 5.
Cooling turbine. Normal. Fuel booster pumps. On low. Fuel tank selectors. Is on. Cross feed off.
Okay.
Bypass valve. Down.
We're set up for the approach.
No smoking signs.
We're about 165 knots.
On. In-range checks complete.
Let's go 122.8. Okay, so the localizer is in. You can see. We haven't got the glide slope frequency yet, but that's going to come in soon. At this far out, 19 nautical miles out, all we worry about is the localizer. So as soon as I see that becoming the localizer alive, I'm going to go to localizer, and then as soon as we've engaged the localizer, well, actually no, I'm going to go straight to approach. I'll go straight to approach. And then we'll watch what happens. So this is the real deal here. We managed to get it to work earlier on in the live stream by going to the modern GPS, turning on the modern GPS, you know, making the frequencies work. It seemed to work then. I turned that off, and now it looks like it's working. So we'll see. Wait for that localizer to come alive. There's the glide. And there is the localizer. Let's go approach mode. It's starting to do a turn now. So there we go. Nice. Look at that. Isn't that satisfying? Oh, I look forward to flying this, you know, into busy Amsterdam or something. Now that I know that it's working okay. Okay, we're doing 160 knots at the moment, but it's okay to introduce more flaps as we need them. Flaps 20.
Flaps 20. 20 flaps set. Masters range, please. Auto range. Mixture set. Gear up and down, please.
Gear up and down. Okay, gear is coming down. Okay, there is the glide. There is the glide.
Gear down and locked. 3 rings. Props. 2400 RPM.
It is a 2.6 degree glide slope, so it's not a 3 degree glide, so it is a slightly flatter glide. And you can see the aircraft is accurately...
Flaps set. ADI. ADI off. ADI is off. Landing lights. Speed good. Extending lights.
I have the RPM on 2500. And there we are. It's working. Finally.
Lights extended and on. RB. Call means called. Send call. Before landing checks complete.
Before landing checks complete. Everything's set, so basically it's just flying it down onto the threshold. So we're coming up to about 120 knots. We've only got 20 knots, 20 flaps. I'm going to go down to 30 flaps. It's holding that approach really nicely. Look at that now. Look at how well it's holding that glide and that localizer. We're slightly above, but you can tell it is doing its best to adjust. We've got the winds. The winds are actually spinning around right now because we've got a tailwind right now, and we know that on the ground there's a headwind. So that wind is going to swing from behind us around to the front, to the front left. So we're going to have a left-hand crosswind. But right now the aircraft doesn't know that, so it's having to adjust continually as the wind changes. So it is doing a good job. It is working as intended. I'm really glad that they've managed to update this and it's now working properly. Maybe it was just me all along. I should have maybe gone and turned on the modern GPS and done that at the beginning of every new update. Maybe that was something you need to do just to initialize the system. But I always turn off the modern GPS. I never fly with it, so I didn't really know if that was the issue. Okay, so we're coming down. Beautiful approach. Little screenshot there. I think that's going to be our thumbnail. Everyone getting ready for the touchdown. Okay, here we go. Let's bring the throttle back now. Yeah, it's still doing a really good job. Let's just slow it down to 100 knots now. The nose is gradually coming up to maintain that glide slope. Okay, let's go autopilot off and manual control. Okay, just below 100 knots now, so there's the VOR we're just flying over now. That's the VOR for the area. We're slightly below the glide, but that's fine. Let's just trim ever so slightly. Yeah, we did balloon there slightly, yep, now we're above the glide, so let's just nose down slightly. Just tweak the throttles. You never want to put in huge thrust changes into these radials. These big radials do not like large changes to the throttles. You need to do it very gradually, if at all. Right, here we go. So now we're just going to bring those throttles all the way back over the threshold, and then nose up and then bleed that airspeed so the mains touch down first. Woo! Okay, and then just lightly tap the brakes and we're down. Up with the flaps. Let's just roll all the way to the end. One thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go the touchdown mains movement. That was way too much movement, and the noise was way too much. Let's just tweak the fronts as well. There we go. Every single profile for every single aircraft needs adjustment. After landing checklist. Okay, I'm not gonna waste any more time, guys, because I'm late for dinner, and when you're late for dinner, that's not a good idea. So I'm just gonna taxi in left to the cargo ramp here, and I'm gonna go to the left to that 747. And there we go, guys. When the DC-3, well, sorry, not the DC-3, when the DC-6 by PMDG, when it works, it's amazing. It really is amazing. And I've just not flown it a lot recently because this problem meant that you can't really navigate as you should be able to. And so now that I've managed to make it work, I will definitely be flying this a lot more on the channel. So anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed this. I'll have to do some more flying around the I'll have to do definitely a lot more flying around the Hawaii scenery with vintage aircraft, the F-28, oh sorry, F-27 as well.
Parking brake is set.
Park brake is set, cut engines, right. That was a landing rate of... Yeah, okay, I need to go. Okay, folks, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will catch you next time.